we are here to discuss the most talked about the topic about digital innovation and the future of digital marketing. To begin the session, I would like to first introduce our two panelists here with us, Ms. Jasmine DiPato, who is the expert in strategic implementations on website and the focus on the sales optimizing across the websites. It's a really pleasure to have you, Ms. Jasmine, who is representing us from InnoTag. We also have Ms. Paulina Wolkock, who is the co-founder and the CEO of CUX.io, who has been featured as one of the strongest women of IT in the reports of 2019. It's a great pleasure to have you both today in our discussions. So with this, I would definitely like to proceed the session. Like you all know that every organizations now are trying to adapt to the changing needs of the customer behavior and customer interactions with the COVID and all the situations what we are facing in. So I would like to put a question to Ms. Jasmine. How do you think we can start with a digital transformation strategy in the changing times where the organizations are really looking to adapt to the change in customer behavior?
Thank you, Uzma. So we need to understand that digital transformation is not a current buzzword. It's not made during the pandemic, but it has been a leading path for companies for over a decade now. And yet it needed a worldwide crisis, a pandemic, for businesses to finally wake up and understand the importance of digitalization. Leading companies have taught us that with successful digital transformation in the marketing department, you get happy customers, you boost your sales, and you get a strengthened position in the market. But when it comes to digital projects, most people are overwhelmed and wonder how to get started. So first, make sure that you understand, that you have in your mind that digital transformation is a process that requires you to analyze all your current marketing activities and workflows. The goal is to identify the immense potential of digitalization. It is not something that happens overnight, but it is a long process on the surface and probably an even longer process under the hood of your company. So first, you would make sure that you have your entire C-level leaders and all your colleagues on board. In the past, we have seen an ongoing fight between marketing and sales department. So the first step would probably be that you connect those two parties together and combine them into one strong force. And digital transformation mostly comes from inside of your company. So this is the first step you need to understand and you need to make. Then you need to make sure that you have funding approval for the whole project. Since I said it is a long process, it's going on for a couple months, and then you need to adapt. And so you need funding upfront. The next step will be that you identify your needs for digital transformation. So you analyze your current situation. Where in your marketing activities you have already established digital processes? Where do you need to make an effort? What systems, IT systems, what software do you use? And how or where do you save your files? Are they digital? Are they reusable, which is an important fact? Do they fit your buyer personas? Do you even know your buyer personas? So make sure to know all those things. And last step in this first section will be, what competences do you have in-house and where do you need an external assistance? So if you're completely inexperienced, I recommend to first choose a focus area, develop it and execute your plan. And also to start with small wins to avoid middle management trying to make you stop and saying that this is going nowhere. Since I said it is a marathon, it's not just a sudden project. And in large organizations, you tend to see three groups of people. You see those who want to change, you have those who don't want to change, and you have those who are on the fence. So if those small projects start showing small wins and early successes, a lot of those fence sitters start to agree with the program and they go over to your side and have your back. So choose one focus area. For example, should you start by should I start with giving my website a redesign, a facelift, or do you want to explore possibilities of product configurations? Do you want to use augmented reality, for example? Choose only one of that areas and work on that. And then develop your strategy. So start with setting your goal. What do you aim to achieve, and what metrics do you intend to use to measure your success? This could be, for example, traffic or sales, inquiries, conversion rates, customer success, things like that. It's best to use both qualitative and quantitative metrics, which convince the management team that digital transformation is the right way to go. And then create an action plan. So this is the foundation actually of your transformation project. Let's say you want to start out by redesigning your website for better customer experience. Then what will be the next natural steps after that? And what will come after that? And what will you do after that? Keep in mind that digital transformation is not just a quick fix. And be specific. Who does what and when? Your plan should be as specific and practical as possible. And then it's time to start your first project. You know, you can either do this on your own or choose a professional agency to guide you through the process and have them advise you before, during, and after the project. And once you've finished your project, then it's time to analyze it. What went well and what did not? So learn from your experiences and put that experience in the next project. Prepare yourself for the fact that digital transformation will put your entire business, your strategy, your collaborations, and your operations to the test. And the more steps you make on the way, the more results of your work you will see, and the happier you will be with the investment. So it's best to just make a plan and get started, and then you will learn on the way what to optimize.
Thank you so much, Ms. Jasmine. You have very clearly explained us the basics and how we proceed with digital transformation. But what I clearly understand is the main important aspect of digital transformation is how your organization and the employees respond to the change of the implementations. I think which is a very key factor for any success of any new implementations. I totally agree with you, because changing technology is much easier than changing minds of people. When you're trying to implement the whole new process for any success, you might tend to have the ambassadors within your own company who will promote you in your change process. I think that is very, very key, which you have put in the point, and I totally agree to that.